The world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
I'm the CEO of Divas Beauty Supplies.
Owner of African Supermart.
The owner of Sawana Import and Global Grocery.
I'm the manager of Bantaba Restaurant.
This is my boutique. It's Anna's Closet.
Money does not go on three.
No matter how long I live in America, Gambia is my home. That's what I have.
Mangi judo fast njaga choy. Mangi grow up in Bakau.
Business in United States, not only in the US, everywhere in the world right now, business is challenged.
Looking into many different kinds of businesses, I think this is the best thing to do, and it's really working out for me.
I've been here for about 16 years.
I came here in 1989.
I have like 3-4 jobs that I do.
My advice is for other young Gambians to focus on what they want to do. Education is the key to everything.
Have a vision, have a purpose, and don't let anybody tell you you will never succeed.
I am Anna Sayang.
Ibu Bah.
Adrian Daidafe.
Ulay Musayus.
Ebrima Sillah.
Mohamed Sawane.
Fatu Diba.
Abdullah Ilo.
Jelimari Jubate.
I'm very proud.
I am proud.
I am a proud Gambian.
Embracing this round, my people, my town, celebrating with this sound. We are
Tamid, so if you naked father, being a father here too, you have to play the role of a mom. A family in America is not easy.
I ligay full time si Sayus production be. Di ligay full time si suma job be, di ligay full time si suma kër.
You know, be pare ligay bi fi legele da nga ligay 16 hours. You wake up 4:30 in the morning. Njël nga jóg do delu si sa kër be midnight. Just do it, Hamwa. You know, take action right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. You know, if you have the idea, you have the mindset, just do it. Fimom is a country of, it's a land of opportunity, they call it. And the other thing is, it's a land of abundance.
The best advice I can give somebody is really to understand what that other culture might be like. Get to know where somebody is from, what they've experienced to get where they are today.
I'm a proud Gambian.
Sayus. Morso bi nak dan koy may Ulay ak Sayus.
Information rather. Former Minister of Information, Minister, he was Ebrima Sillah, and now the Minister of Works and Transport. He is currently on a site visit whereby there are certain places where the Ministry of Work started some constructions, and today we are at the National Assembly to see the places where the construction is happening right now. So this is a building whereby where the former president, that is Sadawda Karaba Jawara, where he was laid to rest, and then the ministry or the government decided to build a mausoleum whereby this building will house the tomb where the graveyard is. So this is where right now the minister is, and that is Ebrima Sillah, and then he is trying to check some of the things and see the progress made with regards to the construction that is happening here right now. So mbadi coming for minister me alon ko wolam Ebrima Sillah ti atlum former minister me alon ko wolam mari information la bi ten aferenting anara mamang yayin la dami alon ko ila bunda me alon ko wolam man sakunda la bundati mem marin do ko wala be side visitor dale kadal jibe damel alon ko wolle be be dokol mi dalon ko wolle be keka ko mi albaje kanda men do nyinta me wala fela jang at the National Assembly be adla visit kam me alon ko sada wara karba jawara former president la jannama ala kaburoti andu be nyum bunlo kan wala ba kaburo nyina kunnaten wala jam fana bita dalo to bita si porto anim fana be wala to bita banjul fana dami alon ko be siwe system wala fana mi dalon ko bolle fana daka ko mi nga fana nyam don ferentin don be fudala Ibrima Sillah ngaji ba men so do mole.
Here we have a store.
Okay.
Yeah, here we have the store. That is. So the ground floor will just be left open. We will concrete and put tiles here. Then people they can come
tour of the place. Okay.
That's why we leave this place open.
Okay.
And we have a fountain also that is coming that we will have around. It's going to be a very
nice,
interesting, yeah. And the beauty or what is much nice about this project is it is 100% Gambian built, designed by Gambians, and supervision is done by the Gambians as well. That's the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. So that's the geotechnique investigation was also done by a Gambian. Yeah, so it's 100% Gambian and all workers. That's the most interesting thing, doing a magnificent structure of this nature.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So we can go up and see what we have.
September. Okay, we wish you all the best. Hopefully by September, inshallah, we'll be here to do the inauguration. Yes. Thank you.
We have the contractor, Uncle Joe.
Hey, how are you? It's been a long time. You all right? Very good. So, you are hopeful by September it will be ready?
Well, we have every reason to believe it will be ready. The windows are the key things.
Okay.
Windows from Turkey.
Oh, okay.
And they're already on their way.
They are on their way.
Yeah. And the structure is complete.
Okay.
Yesterday they did.
So you've completed it yesterday. Oh, that's a good news for the journalists.
Well, apart from the staircase.
Those are the little touches, the little touches.
So the main structure is complete. And we are now beginning phase 4 completion. Electrics, ceiling, glazing, tiling, and the other small things. It has been a long struggle
I know.
at this point.
I know.
We're thankful to the ministry for the support, Keba, and what's his name? Chirifobayo.
Yes.
Who has been very instrumental. But we've got this far. It's a complicated structure because the span is 10 meters on the ground floor. There are no columns. So that makes it complicated. And the soil is soft.
I know.
And makes it even more difficult. So we went through all of those challenges. And at this point, we just look forward to completion.
Thank you for your job. Well done. We'll have a date in September, yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for coming. And we look forward to the
Inshallah. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any challenges?
The issue of duty waiver when the materials arrive from Turkey will be something we will need the support of the ministry. But for now, really, we do not have any obstacles. I mean, apart from those ones.
Yes. So we are happy.
Well, we have
usually they
have some few. I mean, there are minor variations, but I think we can handle it.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Major.
they're not, and we will not allow that to be major.
Great. So next time, well, just to thank you for the work that you have done so far. I guess the engineers at the ministry will do the final verification of the work when completed before it is finally handed over to the ministry. I think probably this is what we want to encourage as a government, as a ministry, to support our Gambians who have capacity. We are very encouraged. From the design to the actual work done was all actually initiated by the Gambians and also people who are working with the ministry. So this is a great achievement for the Gambians, and we will continue to encourage that. Thank you.
I also want to use the opportunity to mention Bajam. Because Bajam and here even represented by Joanna Mbai, and they have been doing more or less what we are looking at in collaboration, because we did a lot of the design, the concept for this, and we created, but the execution of it really good.
And that also is a Gambian
It's a Gambian thing, run by a lady, assisted by Joanna.
You want to say something? It's an old feeling.
Yes.
Oh, you were. Okay, so this is an old female farm.
It is.
That is into construction and
we are very proud. I
engineering
think
work.
that they are a role model to follow, and they've done this excellent job. And we encourage people to enter an industry which is predominantly dominated by men.
Well, let me say something before they come back. Bajam is not only doing structures, they are also in the roof.
Oh, okay.
It's another emerging sort of Gambian contract.
Oh, okay.
Yes. In fact, for now, they've been awarded contract to do the Bali Salikenye.
Oh,
okay. When I was there. They did the Bruce B roads.
Oh,
okay. So if we can encourage our own local Gambian companies to take up the challenge, absolutely. And also on the capacity is there. I think governments should encourage that. Yes.
Thank you so much for the introduction and the opportunity to speak. But it's been an honor to work on the project with the ministry, and we're happy to see it come to this stage. We welcome you all to view it, and we hope for a successful completion. So thank you. Yeah.
So no, they're with okay. We are going to the arch to go around.
So from there, now we are going to
Are you set? Good afternoon, media crew, the Honorable Minister, and the full team on the ground. My name is Mustafa Dabo, the project engineer from the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. And I also want to welcome His Excellency, the Honorable Minister, who is here to pay his courtesy visit to the project, the Banjul Rehabilitation Project. The Banjul Rehabilitation Project comprises of some components, which is the road itself, and then the sewage and the drains. Before I go further, I also want to call upon the consultant of this project and also that of the contractor of this project to also be able to brief the Honorable Minister a little of the project before we set out to see the site. Mr. Karamoja, please, can you come forward?
Good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon to you all and welcome to the Banjul project. I'm the resident engineer representing the consultant, Study International for Africa. Your name? My name is Karamo Jaite. Welcome, Honorable Minister, to the project. Okay.
And then also I would like to call upon the contractor for this project to introduce himself briefly.
I'm Abdul Jain. I'm the project manager for the rehabilitation of this Banjul drains, sewage, and drainage project. I'm representing the contractor, Guy Construction. Thank you.
So with all that has been said, and Honorable, with your permission, we want to
Can you give us a synopsis of what the project entails, how many kilometers of
Yes, and then I'll leave you to the consultant to briefly explain.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Minister, for coming to see us today. The Banjul Rehabilitation Project started with a launching in February 2019. And thereafter, the contractor started the project in March 2019. The project has been going on now for almost 3 years. The project started with the rehabilitation of 27 routes as an initial contract. And thereafter, there was an amendment. We added another 17 routes. Today, I can tell you for sure that the initial contract has been completed by 97%. The addendum has been completed by 78%. Overall, we have completion of at 90%. But the project has 3 components: rehabilitation of the roads, rehabilitation of drainage, and also the sewage system. The rehabilitation of drainage went along with the construction of the roads. What we do with the rehabilitation of drainage, Banjul, the problem has always been the drains are always filled up with rubbish, sand, and thereby there will be no flow of water, and we have been having flooding over the years. But once we are reconstructing the road, we also rehabilitate the drains and cover them. This time we cover them with tamper-proof covers so that nobody can put trash in it. And so far, I would say all the roads, apart from 3 roads in the original contract, all of them has been done. The other one, also only 3 roads is left. For the sewage work, the sewage system has been in place since in the 90s. And then while the roads the sewage system is implemented, the roads were damaged. But the sewage system was handed over to NAWEC. That over the years, they have been maintaining them. But what we are having is that the manholes have been blocked. The pipes between the households and the main drain in the streets have been blocked. Thereby, you have problem of evacuation of the sewage. In fact, there has been many cases wherein you have the sewage manhole overflowing. And before the start of this project, this was frequent. But now the project came along. Most of those manholes have been opened up, desilted, and covered. But then we have another problem with the sewage system. We have 2 pump stations. There is one in the Brikama. There is another one at the Bond Road, at this place here, Box Bar. What happened is all the sewage from the households and the south of Banjul go to Brikama. And then they are pumped to the pump house here in the Box Bar. And then all the sewage are now pumped into the sea through a pipe that goes underneath this building that you can see from there. And from the soil line, it's about 800 meters where it discharges. But there too, we have problems with the rat pipe. Currently, that's one of the problems we have to fix. But I can say, for the project now, we have only 1 more year to go to achieve completion. We have achieved for the road over 90%. For the drainage, almost 90%. The challenge now is to treat the seals. And then also for the drainage, we have a problem because all the water from Banjul goes into the bone polder. And after the bone polder, they get discharged into the sea through the pump house on the bone road. There too also, we are trying to fix the problem. The pump house there was built in 1952. And since then, it has been having problems. In fact, it went to a stage whereby all the pumps were not working, the gates were blocked, and the seawater was going inside Banjul. During the last regime, they were able to rehabilitate it, but what they did, they blocked the entrances. And relying on the pumping. That's why during the rainy season, the pumps alone cannot evacuate the water. Now, this project is going to rehabilitate the gates and put in new pumps. All the pumps are here. We are just waiting to start doing that work so that we don't have flood in Banjul. In essence, this is the project. You will not see the problem now because most of Banjul has been paved now. But I can tell you, there's this thing the contractor can show you the state of Banjul before this project.
We have some pictures.
Some pictures to show you.
Yeah.
Show it to the media.
Which shows how some of the streets look like. You can see this is this is Anglesey Street, and you can see how Anglesey looks like before the start of this project. This was during the rainy season, and we have other streets. This is Bland Street, 15th Street. So this is a photo album that shows, most of the streets in Banjul, how they looked like before we start this project. Yeah, this is also Picton. You can see how Picton, the Johnson of Picton and Lehman Street. Yeah.
Albion, you have Albion.
Yeah, we
Grant.
have Street. This is Cameroon. So in this photo album here, we have most of the roads in Banjul, how they look like. Grand Street, I don't have Grand Street, but we have Wellington is here.
Ferry terminal.
Yeah, at the ferry terminal. This is Wellington Street. This Wellington is how it looks like before. So you can all see how Banjul was, and all those. This is Mega Bank at the Johnson. That is Wellington and Picton. This was how they do before the DRA. This was how the place looks like. The roads were very, very bad. They were in a very bad state, and this is Llewellyn Street, stations. The James Senegal. This Llewellyn, this James Senegal.
You have Company Station.
Yeah, no, they have the station. That's okay, yeah.
It's okay.
And this is Independence Drive and Clarkson. Where we are, Independence Drive and Clarkson. This is how it looks like before. All these roads have been paved.
So now we can go to the paved roads so that we can get time.
But this also to show you all these yellow these marks are things that have been completed.
Thank you.
like almost 90%, 95% of Banjul has been done now. The whole of Independent Drive was part of the project and is completed. Allen Street is part of the project, it has been completed. We are now on Albion Place. Those of you who know Banjul, the state this place was. Now, the reason why we are here, Albion Place also have a start of a main drain that is called a collector drain that takes all the water from Banjul into the bone polder. Now, you can see we have started covering the drain. It's covered, and we are also doing the paving already. So I would suggest that we walk a little bit down the road.
Yes.
So maybe while you are there, you can also talk to the residents, some people who are there who will tell you how the project, how this place was, and how it is now.
How it has changed their lives.
We cannot clean our beat our own drums, but we want you to hear from the residents the impact of this project on their livelihood. And if you had known Banjul in 2017 and you come here today, you will see a massive difference. I wish I live in Banjul. I live in Combo, but here they are telling me they don't have mosquitoes anymore.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Honorable, and to add to what he's saying, we are faced with few challenges. As you can see over there, this is high tension cable, electrical cable for NAWEC, and several attempts have been made to NAWEC to take off this, as it is a danger, and it has stopped us from doing any work on that side, which is also inclusive of what is supposed to be here. So these are key stakeholders to be part of the project, and it's something that we want you to also take note of as also a challenge on the part of the stations. So it's also one of our concerns that you should know about. So maybe we'll take a walk looking at the paved road, the drains, and then we go to the other side, sir.
Alright, mbaɗen comme ala ñamen drom Sillah Ebrima Sillah ñin tembe laɓe Banjul satolo kono comme mi ngafala ñamen komanto a fundita kata projet kol jibe dami anon koybe wala do ku kan man sakundabe wala do ku kan borna National Assembly la santem environment dunda Banjul sato kono comme ndi amula folo afo ñamen itande ko high tension wala bijang itala do ku lado o dun kede fende mi anon ko abela do ko ñi borandi kan ka dum fenno mi anon ko ay bu ko hani kasuti ala so ay apilo ke wala ay dan roke Ebrima Sillah bulle pour ani man sakundali sa kado ko ke bake kata bula fonna wek la kadu tele marim jela pour kan high tension ñi ta ka fere kala ka bondi je kadum fenno mi anon ko c'est to lives. So coming wala agwala nyama drone interme wala koma daje nyame santem construction site le me alon ko sewage system wala drainage system me alon ko wala Banjul jam koma afo nyame drone commandito 2017 dina da Banjul sado kono jam anim bi afo nyame ifaratale kala fende me alon ko interme wala bolla jibe kanten bita kanne me alon ko wala construction site e dal me alon ko wala construct ka kata ko ke baake pour ka fero ke kawol dal ni ta kedda comme alialo nyamen tro nyinte mewla an kabidron mbita nyato fem fending kede jedron babon dala gamenta stv lamu
like you said, St. Augustine's and all the way to the Mount Holder. But you can see how it is. In here you find everything. Now, that was the time, this place here, so we are fixing it for them. Money, Honorable Minister.
So
it is a very difficult job, but the idea is to, this one we are building cover it. So you can, you can have a walkway all the way. You will not see this again.
Yes. What you have over there, what we'll show you, is exactly how it was.
Yes, what over there was like this.
Okay.
But it's covered, now you don't see anything. But the problem we have here is dumping of household waste into the drains. Wherever there is a hole, they dump. Look at this.
But
this
now,
is sort of thing.
When do you think you'll finish this one?
This one is going to take time. Because,
how many months?
We intend to finish everything before the end of this project. Because now that the roads are completed, we want to concentrate effort on this one. On this one. The contractor, you see, it started from there.
The rains are coming.
They are coming.
So,
but you see, the problem is, with this kind of thing, we are going to employ like dewatering.
Yes.
You block a part, the water, the concrete. You know, concrete work you can do during the rain.
I know.
It's not like road works where you have laterite. Concrete work, we even need the water for curing.
Yes.
So we are not going to stop. We have never stopped since we started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even so, do you have any plans of, say, engaging the community to, avoid the throwing of the
Well,
tax?
that has been done. I think that was supposed to be a task force set up by the ministry to sensitize the community, even at the beginning. This is the responsibility of the steering committee. I think there were discussions on, in fact, you form a committee, but that they didn't come into action. They should have been in action. But what we are doing now, talking is not enough. You have to physically stop them from dumping material. That's why you see all the drains are covered. Now, with all these drains, there is nothing inside.
Yes.
But if you open one drain here, tomorrow you come and find it filled up. Well, that is
attitudinal issues.
Yes.
So léegi foog naa soxna si mun na wax dara ci projet bi jërë ñu am ci community bi.
waa fii laa dëkk.
waaw.
waaw fii laa dëkk.
Only the mics, people can stay far, and we have the mics here so that it will be easy for all of us.
Then we can talk to the old man. Papa Kai.
Yeah, Harlan.
Waxal paa bi mu ñëw.
Bring your mic here.
Njëriñ bi mu am ci community bi dañu commencé liggéey tali bi su liggéey bi pare waaw
waaw mun naa wax ci kuy ask question. Who is asking question? waaw man maa ngi tudd Maimouna Souare maa ngi dëkk Albion Place number 6 Albion Place. suñ liggéey Banjul bi nag definitely amul dara luñ ci wax xanaa di liggéey di gërëm government of the day parce que tali streets of Banjul they are more than 60 years am na yenn streets yoo xam ne one like bi nekk suñ gannaaw Label Square moo ma mag. It was built in the colonial days defar nañ ko defar tali yi baax nañ nit ñaa ngee dox easily xale yaa ngee am opportunity de si di force easily am ñu ko dee am very comfortable during the day especially during the raining season. Fii daf daan mel lim daan mel is very horrible. Most biñ gën a kontaan sax mooy lifin pax mi cover nii pax bi over ñaata years Pasala Jeng defoon na fi effort waaye at the end of the day nit ñi si seen boppa ñoo war a change seen attitude suñ coveree pax bi buñ dee ñëw di génnee pax yi di fa dom di jël mbalit yeeg yooyu di ko fa sotti loolu mun ñoom moo ñu dee sonal especially ñun mi dëkk boor bi da ngaa gis ne drainage bi dafa fata ndox mi du mun a am ndox mi di float so ñun li ma ñaan contractor si nekk fii suñ closest slab si nañ ko siil boo xam ne kenn du ko mun a ekkati da ngaa gis ku ñëw ekkati slab génnee yóbbu sa kër xam nga di def yoo xam ne daal lifinu ñuy jagar tamit ñun mi suñ boppa ñuy koo yaaxa tamit correct du ñëpp da ñoo yaaxa waaye am na ay spécial nit ñoo xam ne loolu la ñoo def nañ bàyyi yooyu ñu change suñ attitude dëkk bi mun a dem kanam su nit di liggéey ñu jàppale ko buñ jàppalee liggéey bi yëfi government la di ko politicalize loolu nañ nekk wan Gambia ñun ñëpp ñu mun a defar dëkk bi mun a jëm kanam ñun ñëpp ñu mun fee dëkka ñoom ñoo fi dëkka government bi dëkku fi at the end of the ministre bi dëkku fi président bi mu ngi dëkka këram mu ngi live comfortable waaye noonu ñun mi fi dëkka ñu war a live comfortable bi mooy ñu bàyyi yu tilim yeeg yu bon yi ñu fay def ñu ngi ñu jox ay mbalit nañ ñu def si mbalit nañ bàyyi kubéeri pax yi ñoo ubbi di si saani ay mbalit ay tànki moto ay yu kenn xamul te yaa ngi am fu nga jox pour nga def ko fa nañ seet li doy war a ñu dimbale suñ boppa lii du yëfi government lii yëfi ñun yëfi doomi aadama la ñoo koo dunda government bi dundu ko presse bi dundu ko loolu rek laa amoon ko liggéey Banjul mi nag moom macha allah alhamdulilah yàlla bu ñu waa Serekunda yi rek catu waaw parce que ñun over 60 am nañ almost ñu ngi dem si 60 years tali yoo xam ne dañ juddu gis ko fi Grand Street ak nii ku nekk xamoon na naka la mel Label Square tamit di same thing ku nekk xamoon na naka la mel ku nekk léegi gis ka Label Square ni mel ak yeneen koñ yi bari nañ yooyu yëpp koñ yoo xam ne la during the colonial days lañ ko defar before independence lañ ko defar ñun dañ juddu fekk ko fi loolu rek laa amoon di thank government of the day dépare di thank honorable ministre bi lim def parce que macha allah def na loo xam ne liggéeyam la def ñu ngi ko see gërëm tamit di wax ne well done honorable minister li nga wóor di seet li fi di Banjul kontaan nañ si nag liggéeykat yi tamit yéen tamit jëreen yéen jëf di gërëm tamit Hadim Gaye ak staffam si ñu ngi liggéey te ñu ngi liggéey nit ñi ak jaama ñu ngi ama nit ñi jaama jërëjëf man maa ngi tudd Maymuna Suare
waaw waaw man maay Paye bu Diouf seen Albion Place kontaan nañ trop si liggéey bi ak ni liggéey bi demee Banjul ba pare team bi moom amuñ problème wax dëgg neex yàlla xataluñ kenn sonaluñ kenn waaw dañ la dee laaj sax naka nga bugg a comme ñu liggéeyee ko su ko fee ñu leen ma ne am ngeen ko defee nii ak nii ak nii su ko fee gars yi doxalee ko noonu wax dëgg neex yàlla koñ bi moom macha allah waaw utee naa sax yeneen koñ kontaan nañ ci trop waaw xanaa kañ di ñaanal rek réew mi yàlla yokk a jaama ji ak salaam bi ministre bi yàlla yombal ko em bi waaw ndik moom wax dëgg neex yàlla mu ko dee déglu programme bi moom dama ko dee folo wax dëgg neex yàlla jàmbaar la waaye na la yàlla jaafare jërë ngeen jëf kontaan.
This is grant
all the way to that place.
So we'll be looking at two things.
Come nearer.
That collects from the village and also transfer to the canal and goes to the pumping station.
That's what the people communicate. Anyway, this is the forum now they are using it because they cannot pump it. It will be stopped back. It's wrong, but we are trying to solve it. Right now, they use it in the canal to pump water into the river. It's wrong. The project is trying to solve it. But the main thing about this project, transit is the heart of Banjul. Okay? Open trail. But now we see that it's not safe.
Yes.
We try to come with something new. Now you see the main and everything between now has been covered.
Yes.
And then if you another walkway for people, they can use for amenities. In fact, PCC can use this place to get it better. Okay? But we just want to see the section that has been completed, the section that is almost completed, and the section that we are working on. At least you can see the progress. So we can walk along and then you see.
All right, that's Ebrima Sillah. He is currently going to the construction sites. Mila ko wolle banjul sada kono keji bela ibesteto mento wala ila completion no nyinga be nyadi le wala do ko nyibida ka nyadi le akoma al bola je kan tendrom sa tembe siwe system wala jibe ka wala drainage system nyimu dal dami alon ko ni jiol mi alon ko wala kadu nyil la wala ka fundi ni kata ke ba kono wala ka bondi sate kono completely so nyin tembe na mbo wala jibe kan wala be damel construct kan minister bi da kan wala to kata ke jibe construction on yibida kan nyamen ko mi nga fala nyamen drum ni side visit ni wala fenno me alon ko bodana national assembly le dami alon ko be bunglo kan je me alon ko sa dawra karaba jawra yala kaburo ke wala to felande bodana woro sa be dami wala banjul sa de kono dimbe silo jibe kan dami alon ko be drainage system wol men dala kan je wala rehabilitation me alon ko be ke kan je kadu ngajele be silo rehabilitate kan ani fona men kala drainage system di wo fona rehabilitate kan so ni rehabilitation fulo le ke kan ko mal waje kan nyame ñinte mena dom bala wala to construction me alon ko wala be ke kam pour ka jiola funtindo sa do ñin kono ka sonendi That's one of the streets mena alon ko bolta ñinte mela Grand Street comme ala ala ñame be bolta ñinte mela be ñi dinko men je kan tengo mu one of the drainage system wol me alon ko it's leading to the river wala atata fundis ba kono jana comme al baje kan ñame drom ñi limu fenen me alon ko be jiola fundindo sato kono ba sonendi lale abe kala fende me alon ko nin sama sita jiola lo sato kono ata wara la bake comme al bola je kan tendrom awal mbadi comme al yaje ñame drom ñinte la mbali banjul sare kono comme nga fa ñame drom construction o me yalon ko wala be kerim pour ka jio funtindo sona andi banko banjul sare kono Intendo la walbe kering komal baje kanyameng Ebrima Sillah atlum works ministry. Mafundira na do kulalu kanana kanyin construction site ulta KGB. Comme ala nyama atlum new ministry abura kabuna information ministry kana Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. Atle beje maral inside and komal baje kanyame afundira la na ka formolu kanana ka nying sar sulta KGB me alon ko construction do ke ka wolle comme ali ala nyame nga fa nyame drum borana national assembly le sa intem velentali banjul saro kono be siwe system le jibe kan wala drainage system comme al waje kan nyame drum intem la do kulal bi jele do ko ke kan
No. I don't think so.
So this other road, are you going to do this?
No, this one has been done as part of the old project that was done during the Afghanistan. But what we are doing is fixing sidewalks.
Okay.
Here.
How do they work? You want me to try?
So much. On behalf of the President, the government, and people of the Gambia, we take this opportunity to thank the contractor and all the staff that are spiritedly engaged in this Banjul project to rehabilitate the roads, the drains, and the sewage. What we have seen so far, we are extremely very happy with it. Work is progressing well, and that what we can now say is to encourage the consultant, the contractor, and the staff of the ministry that are all working together here to work together as a team to expedite the work so that we can finish the ongoing rehabilitation of Banjul Road sewage and drains on time. This is very impressive what we have seen. What we want to encourage now is to call on the City Council to work with the ministry and other stakeholders so that the roads that have already been done can match with the cleansing exercise that's supposed to be done regularly. And I know the City Council are doing a great work, but we encourage them to have a way of strengthening partnership with the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, so that we can make this city even much cleaner and nicer. Banjul being the capital city of the Gambia belongs to all of us, and we are all proud to see our city clean and nice like this. But we will be even more prouder if we can see it cleaner and nicer. And that is why we want to see a very strong collaboration between the City Council and the ministry and other stakeholders to ensure that the progress that have already been registered in the ongoing works can be sustained. We have also recognized that there are a few other roads that are still also been upgraded. Also the sewage as well as the drains in those areas. The pressure is very high on the government from the people in those areas because already people have started seeing the benefit of a magnitude of the infrastructure of this type. And as a government, we want to be seen to be quickly responding to the needs of the people. And that is why we want to call on the contractor to expedite ongoing works in some of those areas that they have not started working. But by and large, we are extremely very happy. We are also being told that the technology is being improved, especially in the area where they used to pump the water from the drainage facilities into the canal, the process, a sewage. And the machines, we are told, are already here. And we call on the contractor to see how those can be quickly fixed before the rains, so that Banjul will not experience the type of flood that we saw last year. But on behalf of the president, again, his government, and the people of the Gambia, we thank all those that are involved in this project, that are doing everything possible to deliver this project and on time. Thank you.
Thank you very
Yeah. All right. Yes, sir. Good to see you. All right.
All right, baden ko mala nyamen ro nyinte mewla am felendin dunda ports kono sante ko mala ala nyamen drum on going side visit wala be kering nyinte mewla drum felendin dunda portle Minister Ebrima Sillah na moli felendin dunda portle sante e bita kan side visit la comme nga fala nyame kata dal jibe melalan ko construction obe ke ka wolle do dulal do melalan ko be construction ke ka wolle.
Container ya.
So we need to approve the place. And then have an access so that the water can sediment. And then maybe the terminal were adjacent. They just check and push. Naturally, this affects the that means terminal has
Hey, hakiki.
I will keep this. You will keep what? No,
No, those terminals, they don't need. All of them are even driverless.
Oh,
so this ships you only have two for big ships.
MD, if you can access the 3D media and brief us on the synopsis of this project.
Honored with the visit of the Honorable Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. My name is Usman Jabate. I'm the Managing Director. The purpose of the visit is for the Minister to gain first-hand knowledge about the situation in the port, particularly the capacity constraints that we're experiencing. And you may be aware that there's some project proposals that have been launched in the local newspapers with a view to launching the port expansion project. So this visit will accord the Minister first-hand knowledge about what the project components are and the way forward to increase the capacity of the port so that we can provide a more efficient service, being an important gateway for the country's economy. So the whole purpose of the tour is to get the Minister to learn about the challenges we're facing and the expansion project going forward and the impact it would have on the cost of doing business in the Gambia. Well, three of the urgent components are the extension of the jetty, this current wharf that we are standing. The total length is 300 meters right now. So we want to extend it further 345 meters. So the total length would be 645 meters in order to be able to handle three big ships at one time. The other urgent component is the port is surrounded by residential property, and our expansion is constrained seawards because of the hydrodynamics within the area. So our only natural expansion is to acquire those properties, demolish the buildings, and create new container terminal. And then the third and most important is the port digitalization, because we've reached volumes in our industry which calls for IT solutions in our business processes. So these are the three urgent components. But whilst we are doing the scoping, and in order to realize maximum value from these components, it was realized that there are ancillary activities that also needs to be roped into the project components. And these are basically the widening of the Bond Road, which is the main access that leads from the highway into the port of Banjul, and also to relocate the Banjul ferry terminal. Because the jetty, the way it is proposed to be aligned northwards, that's this direction towards Bara from its present location, is going to affect the ferry lane. So that means naturally the Banjul ferry terminal has to be relocated, either towards near the car power end or somewhere around Radio City. And another component is to do the river transport. There are plans to set up an inland port at Basse because of the economic activity around the area. And most of our traffic, about 16% of our volume, is transit cargo. and trucks are having to travel from third countries up to Banjul to pick up cargo and return. So the idea is to set up a logistics platform in Basse and do a dry port where goods destined for third countries will be discharged in Banjul, transported upriver by river barges, and then the trucks will not have to travel all that distance to come to Banjul. They will just stop at Basse, pick their cargo, and then return to their countries. Because the way forward for Gambia also is to utilize river transport, not only for business, but for economic regeneration, because there are as well very vibrant trading posts along the river, which also coupled with the tourism prospects. That's why it makes the river project very interesting for the Gambia, and also enhance our competitiveness as a country, because we're surrounded by big ports and big neighbors, and the only way we can enhance our degree of penetration is to utilize the river. It's more environmentally friendly, and it also has the impact of reducing a lot of load on the roads and also minimize these accidents that are happening on the roads. So in total, these are what the port is looking at immediately. Well, we are aware about this threat that cargo gets diverted to Dhaka bound for Banjul. It's all as a result of our capacity constraint, because businessmen are not in the business of losing money. And time value of money is also important, because if you route cargo via Dhaka and it takes shorter, it means your volume of transactions is higher. Then it means the business is more profitable. It's as a result of the congestion. But once we have the capacity, it means we will be able to handle our volume and also increase our competitiveness to serve third countries. Like I said earlier, our competitiveness will be enhanced if we utilize the river transport, because most of the cargo, as a rule of thumb, I mean, if you look at our import volume and the domestic consumption, one can safely say that up to more than 40% of the cargo coming to Banjul is bound for third countries, either through transit, transshipment, or cross-border trade. The way we can enhance that competitiveness is to increase connectivity, and the river is the most viable and suitable option. We are aware about the competition in the sub-region, but the efficiency gains we have in cargo handling process and generally the trading environment in the country is more advantageous compared to other countries in terms of the streamlined administrative processes, the liberal customs regime, and globally the macroeconomic policies that are adopted by government are more encouraging and friendly to businesses. So these are some of the attributes that would make Banjul to be able to survive the competition and regain our lost glory.
So what impact would this new port that is being established in Dhaka have to this Gambia security?
Well, it means we just have to step up our game, like I said earlier, so that we can regain our lost glory. Because most of the cargo that comes to Banjul goes to third countries again. So we are like a supermarket for the sub-region. So that's why we say that increasing the capacity of the port, doing these IT systems, acquiring more land, and using the river transport would enhance our competitiveness. We can take a lot of cargo from Dhaka because they are bound for third countries. So that's the advantage that we have. Not that we know we are in competition, but our competitive edge comes in our degree of penetration. And this is where the river is very central in our scheme of things.
So you're talking about losses here. If you can give us a figure in amount, how much did you lose from this?
Well, we can just say in terms of volume, we realized 3% drop in the volume in the December 2021 as compared to the previous year. But that is as a result of the congestion, because if ships stay longer in port, it means there's a backlog. So what you would have normally handled in a normal year would be reduced. Not that ships keep diverting, but because the volume we are handling is going down because of the productivity as a result of the congestion, it means we are not handling our optimal. But once the capacity is improved, all the ships that we are bound to come into Banjul will be increased. It's a factor of time. If you're coming to Banjul spending 14 days, and on your next call you spend 7 days, it means the turnaround is much faster. So that way we will regain the cargo that we are now been losing, that is get diverted to Dhaka.
Yo voy, moto. Mine. Sen. Because otherwise, you have to do another investment. It means you have to build somewhere, where, of course, you need to produce. So I think those are things that maybe there are, of course,
There's an ASI currently going on, and they are looking at that impact. They have looked at the risk and the mitigating measures, so they will come up with options, and we'll see what they are doing. No, it's a company from India called Maput. They've already engaged.
So basically, this is hello. I have to report somebody. Ini dengan DJ. Okay, sir.
Amoon kaala dañ koy mën.
This officer here is my outside works, as in ushering the vehicle into the scanning area. He acquires the image you can see on the screen. Yeah. There's an image of the truck that has been scanned. This is a grayscale image. It can show you whether the container is full or not, and the contents, an image of the contents inside.
So they do this for every container?
Yes, but the directive from the president, you're supposed to scan every container.
Very good. How many scanning points?
This is the first one we have.
Only one.
Yes, sir.
But you have one, and then you are dealing with how many containers a day?
Oh, the scanner has capacity to do, 60 an hour. To clear, manager knows the capacity.
60 an hour.
Yes.
And how many are going out per hour?
On average, every day we do 100 on average.
150. Yes. So which means that this material will not cause a delay
at all. It takes us roughly 3-4 minutes per scan. Yes, per scan, per acquisition.
And you get the results. And you get the results.
The results also, it goes through a system, it goes through a process. So once he acquires it, it goes to the console, the data capture over there, the officer over there. He would pick the number. Then
So
you go and look for the document.
Okay. The manifest.
Yeah, the manifest. Okay. Then you key it into the system and scan the paper record. So the paper record will be merged with the image.
Okay.
Then to move over to the next officer, he's the image analyst. He will look at it, and the image acquired, you would check with the document to make sure that there's compatibility with the yes. Then he would, together with the custom officer, and the other security officers, they decide, and then he prints the results.
So each container is given a unique ID, unique by the system.
Unique,
which is
time. You have the Can I get a result? Do you have a result there? Yeah, print that one.
So how long is the storage ability of the data? Is it like
it's there? It's in the system. Yeah,
forever.
Yeah, I mean, once the media is not damaged, it's intact. It can be there for as long as.
Where is the storage facility?
We have it here. And we have offsite.
Okay.
We have cloud.
Redundancy.
Yes, we have cloud storage. Okay. So we do our backups and stuff like that. Only one.
So do you work with structure? Do we work with the
No.
Only during daylight hours.
Yes.
Deliveries are only during daylight hours. Yes. There's no night delivery.
Yeah, like that's
only for broadcast.
Yes.
Container delivery.
Yes,
we can
work on Saturdays. Yes, and not Saturdays.
And if necessary, because of the pressure and the congestion, they are very cooperative and they work on Sundays and even public holidays.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
on the ground, and then
Short noise.
up to 3 high.
Yes. Yes.
So you will have 4 at the back, 4 in the top. So any one time you want to access like the 5th container, you just shift about 4 containers, 5 containers, and you get the one.
Oh wow!
Because the machine is like a recycle.
Yes,
So you can stand there and do all those systems. Okay. But because of lack of speed, we are doing block stacking. So if you want to get a container with this, you have to dig it out.
And remove everything and then pack it in.
Because of lack of space. But if you have enough space, there will be no shifting. If you need to shift, that's not where you starting and then do the 5 shifts. But that's why you that's why you put the 2 at the sides on 2 on. You can take them, place the other side and get the 4 one. Yeah. Yes. And then in the middle you can put 3. Nice no partner. So you just pocket space. Yes, our equipment, because we do our own repairs in town. So anytime any of our equipment has to break down,
So you bring them.
we bring them here to do our own repairs. And the guys are all trained professionals.
Wow.
They have the spares to do the repair.
Okay.
Only that is challenging when the equipment breaks down. The guys there, they wanted to go back in service immediately. But imagine this is heated while driving. If anything, you need to allow even the machine to cool down. Before you can even touch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stone is good. Okay.
You're right. Very good. Thank you. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
I'll be telling that you are the one doing the good work here, repairing our. Yes, the deputy director, technical sir. Mechanical.
Okay.
He's on a familiarization to see the side. We've just been telling us that we just came to see, but it looks as if
everything.
The workshop is very clean. Why? I think workshops normally are very messy. And, so, what is a sign of good work or?
It's good work.
Ah, okay.
Because after every work, there should be clean. Maybe you are less busy also.
Not that.
Not that. You are very busy.
Very busy.
Ah, okay. Good.
That on panel doors, some young here in the back. These are orders from
Price-wise, how competitive are you?
we are very sure that
But that's the problem with development. You are taking care of the company that you charge for the more than the price.
No, they do develop in this area.
They could have fixed our doors.
I never knew. Maybe we need to step up our market.
Yeah, our living your life ministry. Know that you are taking this to go. Thank you.
Maybe we need to step up our market.
Yes. Well, that's what nice office for you. Well, that's what Philip will do. Philip will do.
So this place we are in the process of installing them. Okay. To bring the ferries out. As you know, all these are but then the first thing you want to work on the underneath. You have to bring them out. There are various ways to bring them out. What we have here is a cradle system. They are on wheels that are created on wheels. Just like railway, yeah. We can see that. So it's completely dilapidated and we bought the new ones. Yeah. Now the consultancy is on for the contract. The reason being there is a lot of civil work involved. As you know, the concrete and the rails are right in the water. Okay. And we really don't know what the situation is, how the concrete foundation is. So that is why we need a contractor who will fence up with a cover dam, empty the water completely, and then the work will do. It's not an easy task. So right now the consultancy is almost completed. We can expect the tender documents even this week because they send it back and it's doing the final process. From there it will be rolled out. I think international bidding, yes, and then contractors will be invited to come. Because GPA budgeted for this cradle, at least this cradle, that's not the only job is required to do, but at least for this cradle, in this 2021 budget, in excess of $100 million is budgeted for the consultancy and the installation. We need that for the ferries, even if for nothing else, and our GPA crafts, as well as Navy boats. So in the absence of this now, you can see a fishing trawler is up there. As you come in, we'll see them again. So we use airbags. It's a very crude way of doing it. It's about 12, 10 meters long. And if you pump them with multiple layers, they must be very thick. If you pump it, you can go up to 1.5 meters. So we, at high tide, the vessel comes in, and then prior to that, we put the airbags on there, deflated, put on there. So the vessel will literally sit on there. So at the very end, we pump it up with compressed air. It goes up to 1 point. So the vessel is tilted up, tied on a wire rope to the winch, and the wing drag gradually moves. Just like they do at the beaches with this serere boats. Yes. I think it's a Chinese technology. Actually, they visited Turkey. They are the ones who saw it there, and they came up with the idea because the ferries must come up. The Navy boats, we must do them here. So, as you say, necessity is the
mode of invention.
Yes. So that's what we are doing now. It's really not the best option at all. It's not meant for
why can't you think of a PPP option where you can have a real investor?
Yes.
No, in fact, the tender document are designed with a design and funding option. Yes. That's why we are going this route. Okay. We nearly launched the contract with them, that shipyard. Yes. But on hindsight, we realized that we needed somebody to supervise the work. So we thought that, look, and there's a lot of interest also shown in the shipyard, but we're just going through a very transparent process and have a proper procurement model. So NIRAS has been appointed as the consultant. They are familiar with the shipyard. In fact, they did the study for the shipyard many years ago. So now they've done the tender documents, like he said. We've done our comment, and it's just now to launch. Okay. So those that are interested to invest in the shipyard will also have the opportunity to participate in the process like any other. So we'll save that 100 million. In fact, the 100 million is already gone.
Besides NIRAS payment, of course.
No,
and even, as you said, because even this afternoon, some guys they say they are from the ministry here. They're talking about building of fiber pools. So all those things are interesting. So with this project launch, they can, and there is the window, as you said, to finance and come up with some alternative designs. Once it is.
So some other people, they have other
ideas
that they want to.
Bigger than this, because as I said, there is a lot that needs to be done. Lightning, pavement, and even the other slipway. And the maybe a ship lift, which will not limit us to only one vessel at a time. But then the limitation will only be the space available to park the vessel. Where the vessel could lift will pick the vessel, park wherever it's possible.
Very important point, because right now, Harbour Master is here. He's working on an invoice. When I see it to take one of our craft to Dakar, I am hesitant to sign it. But there's no option. It's like having vehicles and you have no garage. Anytime your vehicle breaks down, you go for a new one.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we agree that PPP is a good option, provided our partners are. Yes.
Okay. I think I can.
No, I think your host. Your guest.
That's right. To support the people basically use that. Liaison and support the Gambia Port Authority. So, Mr. Chan is the director here.
How are you?
Mr. Chan, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Thank you. How are you?
So how far is the work? Well, the work is progressing. Because already we start operation. We start operation. Yes, yeah. So, yes, my house. Then we can get the inside. Yeah,
Where is
Alright, han kabiala nyamen dorong nintem la dam frenting be bon road le dala dam ko masakunda la bunda me ko le maring do ko la Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure comme be side visit la don ko la nyame nintem be dam ko be expansion la je pour ka capacity ta ka build pour la accommodation me alon ko ka porto container me alon ko le kanana je pour sebe accommodate no nyame comme albaje ka nyame drum minister Ebrima Sillah na la kafo molu ifentin san jira na jang kana dal jibe me alon ko wala porti expansion o nyinke
How much, everyone? I mean, as you can see today, we have concluded our fourth day of the tour. We've visited the mausoleum that is being built in honor of the former president of the Republic of the Gambia, our first president, His Excellency Sadauda Kairaba Jawara. That project is almost completed now. They are now doing the finishing touches. The museum will be, of course, open to the public in September as promised by the contractor. We look forward to that as a country. And also, we're very grateful to the ministry support staff for the excellent work that they are doing at that site, and also the efforts by the contractor to deliver on time and on budget. Then we visited the various streets of Banjul. We have seen the remarkable progress of this Banjul Road and drainage and sewage rehabilitation project. Remarkable project, I can say. It has changed the face of Banjul, and work is in progress.
we've been informed that almost 90% of the project has been already completed, and the remaining 10, they are working very hard to deliver on time. Now, we have had some good discussions with the contractor and the site engineers about a number of issues that we have actually witnessed ourselves. This includes the areas that are not paved, where people dump all kinds of dirt and rubbish. We also call on the city council, the Banjul City Council, to work with the government and the relevant ministries to start the cleansing process, so that the kind of infrastructure done in Banjul can match with the level of cleanliness of the city. We also encourage the people to embark on some repainting of their infrastructure, so that it can make Banjul a uniquely nice city. I mean, this is something that will make Banjul a unique, phenomenal nice city. And we have seen a lot of new construction work going on in Banjul. This tells a lot that the city is being revived now. People have shown renewed interest in their own city. Banjul is our only capital city that we have, and we will continue as a government to show interest in its continuous rehabilitation and infrastructure works. The president in particular is very keen on the efficiency of the ports, the port of Banjul. And we were able to visit a number of areas, the jetty and also the container terminal. Now we are at the inland container terminal here on Bond Road. We had a very good discussion with the MD, what they are doing about the expansion, so to reduce congestion, but also to make the port efficient. And this is something that we will encourage. The ongoing tender process that has kickstarted, I think, a few months ago, to partner with a credible international company. We call on the MD and his staff and the critical stakeholders that are in this to fast track this process, because we want to make sure that the port is efficient with the appropriate technology that they will use to ensure that we are able to compete effectively with other ports in the sub-region. So we have also visited the ferry services, the landing sites in Banjul. And we have made some observations with the MD, and his team have promised to work on those urgently to make the place a conducive place for the traveling population. Also, we visited the shipyard, and we have seen the tremendous work that they are doing to upgrade the facility. This is a huge investment that the government cannot do it alone, and that is why we will encourage private sector participation to partner with the government. The market, we have a ready-made market for the shipyard already, and if we can have serious private sector participation in this to go into PPP or other models of cooperation and partnership that can upgrade the facilities, that will create a lot of opportunities for the country in terms of job creation, but also, wealth creation for even the shipyard and the port. So we also encourage the foreign fishing trawlers and those trawlers that are in the country to use the jetty dedicated for the maintenance and also the use of the facility. We want to encourage that close partnership between the ministries of fisheries and the Gambia shipyard to encourage
those fishing trawlers to come to the right place to do the maintenance and other works necessary. I know that a few of the fishing trawlers have their own scattered facilities, but we want to encourage that they use the facility prescribed for this particular purpose. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, this is in summary what we have. Tomorrow we are going to inspect the ongoing road infrastructure works that are going on Battle Hardin and the 50-kilometer roads in the greater Banjul area and other interests under the ministry. But before I hand you over to the MD, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your patience and cooperation. Thank you.
Sorry, before we go, one question. Yes. So far, based on what you have seen, on the projects that you have so far visited, are you highly impressed, or do you think there is a lot of things we need to be done?
Well, I mean, you know, development in general is a continuum. We have to say that we are impressed with what we have seen, but that does not also mean that, you know, we don't have room for improvement. And those things we have discussed with the various stakeholders, I mean, from our meeting just concluded, and I'm sure they have taken note of those concerns, and they will take those concerns very seriously.
Sorry,
the MD will.
To gain first-hand knowledge about the challenges we're facing as an institution. That's both the ports, the ferries, the Banjul shipyard, and the fisheries jetty. And also, what are the projects lined up going forward to address those challenges? We are renewed in our commitment and the enthusiasm that the Honorable Minister's visit has accorded us. And it shows that together we can work as a team with renewed dedication and commitment to ensure that we transform our institutions as a vital sector in the national socio-economic development. Because whatever we do as public servants must impact positively on people's lives, and we're aware about our responsibility. And as public servants, we're open to scrutiny, and we should deliver to the expectations of the people, particularly the ports and the ferry services, which has a direct impact on people's daily lives. We are also aware that the support we expect from the ministry in terms of the new pathway that government has set itself to encourage the port to pursue, we should be able to deliver that before the turn of the year. As the Honorable Minister rightly said, we're in an international game. The port is not for Banjul. The port is an international port. It's a gateway. And if we are surrounded by neighbors who have stepped up their game, it just makes natural sense that we also transform our institution by increasing the capacity and also reforming our systems in terms of the way we do our work, so that we can enhance the competitive advantage that Banjul has in the past enjoyed. Because I can remember vividly in the early 90s, it used to be the shopping center for most West Africans. And this is the glory that we want to regain. Not that we cannot do it. We are endowed with the river, which is our natural endowment, to maximize our degree of penetration to go to third countries. Because most of the goods that come here find their way to third countries. So, Honorable Minister, we are more than encouraged with your visit, and it gives us renewed confidence and hope that with the collaboration we have with our ministry and the sectors in particular, we should be able to steer the affairs of the institutions for the improvement of the Gambia as a general, and also to impact positively, as I said, on the livelihood of people. Because if you do our work faster and more efficiently and safely, it brings the cost of goods down, and this will impact positively on people's lives. So that's generally our motivation. Thank you.
Wala baraka ba ke mbadin ko mali amo nyamen don golam Ebrima Sillah ti adlo minister de mi ko amarin do ko wala because of transport works and infrastructure itelle beto diamola janten ya itan dile komi ila nyin lon kam mendi ay baran dol men ke kam pour nyin kam mala be do ko men ke kam banko kanya ise futano wolle so complete no ni wato mi alan ko lafta wala comme ay tan di nyamen drum sauda museum nyin ay tan ko wala komi contractor ya fa nyame o janta banna by september ma fa na do ko nyanta banna bodo fan na reports dami alan ko ibe ila la film mena pour kaje expand ka do ko nyin dami alan ko be ke kam ports ka je expand pour nyin kam la capacity nyin ay ka container melta no ke ala no pour ka dun nanje ay sa capacity nyin warandi no anim fanan dami alan ko wala la dalandin sati jam fana dal dami ko ports lam bolte ni teme don ka jibe na la jiwa lo continue jila dulal biro dami anon ko ibe nyin la fana la kan pour nyin kamala isay congestion trano port dami comme ya fanya min ila itinerary kono sama fana badal halin habi dami anon ko be construction men ke kan canifing area la katabula ton table ma fana katabula airport johnson silo mi anon ko bolle da kanje mi anon ko is 50 kilometers over roads sama fana bita wulde fana ka wul fana dalta kgb ka hayma do ko nyin be tembo men ten ay fo janni ya wato mi anon ko lafta bang wato men fo janni faabe futata wato nyin wala fata futata ji comme ala hal nyamin dal nal badi mal lamin mcc government tv danna la janne fo sama.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
I'm the CEO of Divas Beauty Supplies.
Owner of African Supermart.
The owner of Sawana Import and Global Grocery.
I'm the manager of Bantaba Restaurant.
This is my boutique. It's Anna's Closet.
Money does not go on three.
No matter how long I live in America, Gambia is my home. That's what I have.
Mangi judo fast njaga choy. Mangi grow up in Bakau.
Business in United States, not only in the US, everywhere in the world right now, business is challenged.
Looking into many different kinds of businesses, I think this is the best thing to do, and it's really working out for me.
I've been here for about 16 years.
I came here in 1989.
I have like 3-4 jobs that I do.
My advice is for other young Gambians to focus on what they want to do. Education is the key to everything.
Have a vision, have a purpose, and don't let anybody tell you you will never succeed.
I am Anna Sayang.
Ibu Bah.
Ajin Daidafe. Ulay Musayus.
Ibrima Diba.
Mohamed Sawane.
Fatu Diba.
Abdulailo.
Jalimari Jubate.
I'm very proud.
I am proud.
I am a proud Gambian.
Embracing this ground, my people, my town.